Welcome to Kaziranga National Park, the land of great Indian one-horned rhinos, a UNESCO World Heritage Site and one of the richest wildlife habitat in all of India. This is day 436 of Chandigarh to Australia cycling journey and day 4 of cycling here in Assam. Today we will explore the wild heart of Assam, Kaziranga National Park. As you have seen in the previous video with the help of Prem Dada, finally I met Viplav, who is our official rhino guide, and we boarded a jeep at 10 o'clock for the Kaziranga Safari. I'm sharing this ride with the family and I have paid 1000 rupee as my share. So there are three main gates where jeep safaris are conducted. Gate number 1 is Kohra Gate, where I am right now, which is also known as Central Range, which is most popular. Gate number 2 is Baghori Gate, which is also known as Western Range Gate. Third gate is known as Agratoli Gate, which is known as Eastern Range Gate. In one jeep safari, there are total 6 tourists are allowed, and here is the breakdown of the cost. For the jeep safari, they charge 2000 rupees. Entry fees, guide fees is 1138 rupees. So this is how the total becomes 3138 rupees. So if you are a big group of 6, you can share this cost among, like we are sharing among 3 of us. Safari starts early in the morning at 7:30 to 10 o'clock. In the afternoon 3 o'clock to 5 o'clock. Each safari lasts around 2 to 2.5 hours. If you are carrying a DSLR or a professional camera, don't forget to pay for the camera fees. Kaziranga is located in the northeast state of Assam, and the Kohra Gate, Central Gate, is the most accessible and most visited entry point. It offers the best chances to spot rhinos, elephants, wild buffaloes, deer, and many bird species. Most tourists prefer the Kohra range for exactly this reason. It has rich wildlife density and beautiful landscape. How to book your Kaziranga Safari? You can book Kaziranga Jeep Safari online. This could be done via the Assam Forest Department official website. You can also do it after reaching here using the offline mode, and this could be done via either your hotel or maybe safari counter near the park gate. The best time to visit between November to April, that is the peak season, and I fully recommend during this peak season book your ride in advance. Only registered jeeps, licensed guides are allowed inside the park, and each jeep can carry up to 6 people. Do you know what I have realized? I have realized that it is highly recommended to carry the binoculars, and the reason is most of the animals are spotted far from the road where you will be sitting in your jeep safari, so it becomes very difficult to look at those animals from naked eyes, or maybe your mobile zoom is not going to be that effective in that case. So having a pair of binocular will always make the experience much better. They charge only 150 rupee for the binoculars. I also fully recommend, if possible, try the elephant safari instead of jeep safari, because the elephants, they can take you much closer to the animals, especially rhinos. However, please note that the elephant safari closes earlier. I thought of going on a elephant safari myself, but unfortunately the elephant safari was closed on 30th of April itself. At the entry gate, they don't allow plastic bottles to carry inside the park. Even my laptop bag was not permitted to go inside, so I had to leave it at the counter. On the counter itself, the washrooms are available and you can use them on maybe free if you are lucky, otherwise chargeable basis. My jeep safari began after all these formalities. The first building we saw was Eco Shop, which is a beautifully constructed visitor center. And just after crossing it, I saw the first rhino. That moment I felt like the full paisa vasool. I was still lost into watching the rhino when we saw another incredible sight. That's a whole family, I believe. 1, 2 and 3. And it was an elephant walking through the grassland. The path inside the jungle is raw and bumpy. It is not a properly paved road. This is another reason that the jeep safaris will also be closed from 19th of May to 2nd October due to the rainy season in this area. So these roads, they will be closed because of the rain. Once inside, the safari takes you through the mix of grasslands, swampy patches, shallow water bodies, and forested areas. Soon, we entered a jungle stretched full of trees, bushes, but we could not spot anything there. Just few water bodies and dense patches. This Kohra range is known for its wide open grasslands where rhinos graze freely. You might also spot elephants, buffaloes and deers. We saw a few jeeps returning from the route. We stopped one side to let them pass. Just ahead we spotted a one-horned rhino grazing near a water body. It was such a majestic moment which is hard to describe in words. The best part about the jeep safari is that you are allowed to stand and enjoy the views.
यहाँ पे अब तो पेड़ के पीछे आ गया, थोड़ा आगे करो, थोड़ा और अभी छिपा हुआ है, दिख नहीं रहा है, रुक जा, थोड़ा आगे, थोड़ा और आगे, हाँ यहाँ पे रुकना है बस.
Along the way we saw a hog deer sitting under the shade of a tree to escape from the heat. You can even ask the guide to stop the vehicle whenever you want to click picture or shoot a video.
यहाँ थोड़ा रोक सकते हैं दोस्त, बस 1 मिनट के लिए.
A wild pig eating calmly near the track.
ये तो जंगली सुअर नहीं है लगता. ये जंगली सुअर नहीं ना? हाँ, जंगली सुअर है.
दिख रहा है?
जंगली सुअर है.
तो वो हमें क्यों नहीं मार रहा है?
Group of swampy deer grazing behind tall grasses. A herd of wild buffalo cooling off near a water body. At one stop, we saw tourists doing the bird watching with binocular and long lenses. Kaziranga is a paradise for bird lovers. This park is a home to over 480 species of birds including pelicans, storks, hornbills, eagles, migratory ducks and geese. The views around was absolutely stunning, lush greenery, tall trees and a feeling of pure wilderness.
है ना? हाँ?
हाथी.
This jeep safari, especially with the kids and this family with whom I was riding, became even more enjoyable. All the time their innocence and the conversation, they kept making me smile.
यहाँ रोकना दोस्त 1 मिनट के लिए. दोस्त रोकना प्लीज.
At one point, we saw a deer drinking water from a small pond. I realized that animals here are very used to humans. They don't run away. The forest of Kaziranga is very dense in some parts. You can see animal trails across the jungle. Probably these are used by the elephants and the rhinos. Let me tell you, this jungle, it has its own unique charm and beauty. After crossing the forest, we reached at the end of the safari route. Our guide Viplab, he stopped the jeep and told us to wait.
टाइगर निकलता है, हाँ? टाइगर भी निकलता है.
Because the tigers are often spotted here. So we will wait for a while.
टाइगर आगा पड़ा, टाइगर. He was saying that this is the spot where you can spot tigers. I think there's nothing for us today. Taking a turn. आते जाते दिख जाएगा.
टाइगर हमला नहीं ना करता है.
नहीं करते.
We waited patiently, hoping to be lucky. Some other jeep's driver also said the tiger was spotted there in this area early this morning. We kept waiting and waiting, but seems we were not lucky at that time. So despite waiting, we saw no tiger.
लास्ट पॉइंट यही था भैया.
क्या बात है, वो नया बात है. इसको क्या बोलते हैं बर्ड को आप? ओके. ब्लू टेल्ड बी ईटर है या मधुमक्खी खाने वाला.
On our way back, we did spot some deer and another rhino, which was a treat again.
कैसे पानी पीता है?
घास खा रहा, पानी नहीं पी रहा.
हेलो.
कितना है यहाँ पे हिरन?
दिखेगा कुछ आप कितना दे.
हिरन कितना है बोलो? हिरन कितना है बोलो? कहाँ था?
4 है, 3
अभी
है.
कहाँ पे देखो?
माला
3
माला
वो सही है, 4 है.
4 है.
एक वो पीछे झाड़ी में.
इसलिए 4 बोल.
दूर तो फोटो
नहीं आप लोग गाड़ी से फोटो लेना. हाँ. कलर का जो देख रहा है ना? हाँ. पूरा राइनो ही है वो.
अच्छा. वो सब हाँ.
हाँ पूरा राइनो.
माला इधर देखो.
इधर भी है.
What animals can you spot here in Kaziranga? So one which is very common, of course, the rhinos, swamp deer, hog deer, wild buffaloes, elephant, and if lucky, even a tiger or a leopard, which are very rarely to be seen. I would like to share some tips with all of you. So before you go for a safari, wear earth tone clothes, avoid bright colors, carry sunglasses, a cap and a water bottle, but of course not the plastic one. Bring binoculars and the camera. Do not feed or disturb the animals. Smoking and littering is strictly banned inside. Respect the silence and rules of the forest. The best time to visit, as I told earlier, from November to April. Best months are February and March because the weather is cool, grass is shorter, which means you can see for a very far distance. The park remain closed from May to October, and that is because of the monsoon and the flood in this area because of the Brahmaputra river nearby. So if you are planning a trip to Kaziranga, don't miss the jeep safari, especially at the Kohra range. It is safe, it is exciting, and it gives you a feel of Assam's wild heart. Watching rhinos roam free in their natural home is an experience that will stay with you forever. So thank you for joining me on this virtual safari tour. If you found this helpful, give me a like and don't forget to subscribe the channel for such stories and the tips. If you have enjoyed, don't forget to subscribe the channel World Wanderer Cycling on a Budget and hit the bell icon for more stories around the world. In the next episode, I will continue my cycling journey across Assam and take you to a hidden gem. Until then, take care of yourself, stay safe, and keep exploring. See you soon in the next video. Bye bye.